I'm reminded of a Sunday school teacher who said that it was their duty to do something every week that would make someone happy. She asked her young Sunday school class, "Have you done that?" And little Billy answered and said, "Yes, I went to my Aunt Jane's house this week." "Well, I'm sure she was happy because you came to visit her. That's nice." He said, "No, you don't understand. She was happy when I left." Hi, I'm Donnie Proctor, pastor of Emmanuel Baptist Church in Ypsilanti, Michigan. It's the 22nd day of April, and I am going to just give a little feeder about the message Sunday. I hope to see you there. When I was in South Hill, Virginia, and I was part of the Concord Baptist Association, I was chairman of the men's group for the association during about a 3 or 4 year span. One of the things that we had noticed was that our camps, and we had our own campground, the association had its own campground, our camps were doing well except for one particular category, and that was young boys. Our young boys camps had gone down to just 3 or 4 boys, and we represented 32 churches. So I got to talking and asked if I could lead one of the camps and essentially create a camp for young boys. I noticed as I was looking back over what had been being done, the young boys were making crafts and doing things like that young boys just probably weren't real excited about. So I sat back and looked, and I thought, well, let's do something that's pretty tough. We'll do a sports camp, and we will have Bible studies throughout it. We'll have Bible studies and devotionals every morning, but the majority of it is going to be a very physical, fast-moving type of camp. And we did that, and it was extremely hard. One of the things that we ended up by the end of the week was that all of the boys, after our devotionals and everything, were running a mile from where the cabins were up to where we would eat breakfast, which was an old church. Well, when they first started, of course, they couldn't do it. But by the end of the week, most of the boys were doing it. And we would have other physical activities throughout the week. And it was extremely hard. And people would wonder if we were going to have anybody back the next year. The next year, we had more boys. And then the next year, we had more boys. But in that first year, I heard one of the boys say, when I was telling what we were going to do, he goes, "What does it take?" It's a great question for us in our spiritual life. What does it take for us to grow in our spiritual life? What does it take for us to become the people that Christ wants us to be? Believe me, I fail all the time, and I look and I see how difficult it really is to be the person that Christ wants us to be. But yet, I had faith that those boys could do it. It was difficult. It was hard. But we had success stories that ran all the way 4 years of doing that camp. And even after I let it go and somebody else took it over, of course, they thought they were being too hard on the boys, and things started going down. But anyway, join us Sunday morning at 11 o'clock and be with us to worship. Be blessed. I want to give a little caveat here. I'm sorry yesterday I was not able to get the Wednesday night study, the Wednesday study out. I had a doctor's appointment yesterday, and I went to that, and my doctor, who I'd actually talked to the day before also, we were talking about some of my symptoms, the lack of breath, of losing my breath easy, not being able to breathe, those kinds of things. And she had me go get an x-ray so that she could look at my lungs. Well, while she was looking at my lungs, she noticed something else. My lungs were clear, but the veins in my heart were too full, which meant that I was getting fluid on my heart. And she used the word congestive heart failure. Now, fortunately, we caught it before I ended up having to go to the emergency room. So I'm on some water pills. Hopefully that's going to take this water away, and maybe you'll see me breathing a little easier and having a little more sustainable breath. You pray for that for me, if you will, please. Thank you. We'll see you Sunday. Bye-bye.